Welcome to Love Set Run.
I'm Andre.
And I'm Sierra. Join us as we backpack around the world, leaving a footprint of love everywhere we go.
We'll show you how you can consciously volunteer on your travels,
How fun and rewarding it is to give back,
and how you too can make a difference in the world.
All right.
It's our last morning in Kathmandu. You ready to hit the road?
Ready for Bandipur. Ready? Lower. We're on our way to the Bandipur Learning Center, where we'll be volunteering for the next week. The Learning Center welcomes volunteers to help provide before and after school tutoring for underprivileged children.
We are on our way to Bandipur.
I'm so excited to get out of the city and see the countryside of Nepal.
Bandipur is only 90 miles west of Kathmandu, which takes about 5 hours by bus. But we've been stuck in a traffic jam for there's landslides that washed out the highway.
We're stuck.
After almost 2 hours in bumper-to-bumper traffic, I decided to fly the drone to see how far the backup stretched. Turns out it was several miles long and it wasn't moving at all. Apparently landslides are pretty common on this route and there's no way around. And then, of course, it started pouring rain. It's been over 2 hours and we've been stuck in this traffic. We're driving on the wrong side of the road. I don't think this is a good idea.
This is crazy. This is insane. The trip was supposed to include a stop for a beautiful Nepali buffet lunch.
So much for the buffet, right?
Yeah, so much for the buffet, but it smells amazing. But instead, they hopped off the bus and grabbed takeout for us. It was still delicious.
We've been stuck in traffic for 4.5 hours. The local bus costs about $2, but you'll want to opt for the $10 tourist bus. Totally worth it for comfy seats, food, and air conditioning.
It's a bad bus accident. Due to the landslides, our 5-hour trip ended up taking over 11 hours. But don't let that totally discourage you. It's just part of the adventure when traveling in remote places. We got off at a village called Dumre, where we were told to catch a taxi up the mountain to Bandipur. Here we go.
There were very few times on our trip around the world where I felt unsafe, but this taxi ride was definitely one of them.
We made it! Our friend Cheech from Kathmandu, who set us up with the school here, also connected us to Kaksha Cafe, a bed and breakfast type of place, if you will.
Getting through doorways has been a little difficult for us taller folk here in Nepal. After a long day of traveling, all we wanted to do was put our bags down and relax. Fortunately, the cooks had prepared a beautiful meal for us.
Cheers to our first meal in Bandipur.
Look at this beautiful dish they brought out for us. Nepali thali set.
With our new friend Mary.
This is Mary.
Vegetables.
Say hi, Mary.
Hi.
Namaste Bandipur. The bazaar is buzzing this morning. People off to work. Kids heading to school. The town is coming to life. Before we show up at the Learning Center, we decided to go back down into Dumre to purchase some school supplies for the kids. If you ever volunteer here, the kids can always use pencils, erasers, sharpeners, and the like.
You're glistening. I'm ready for some more momos. Delicious little dumplings filled with meat. Momos and birmos. Since we went into this volunteer opportunity with very little information, we felt fortunate that Mary was there to show us the ropes.
Our friend Cheej in Kathmandu is the reason the Learning Center exists. Cheej saw that children of the Dalit caste, which is the lowest caste, also known as the untouchables, were falling behind in school. He built this center to provide underprivileged kids with support in the form of tutoring, a safe place to do homework, and to seek friendship. The kids come here on their own volition, some even walking 45 minutes to get here each morning.
The kids filtered in for the evening session one by one, and they were instantly captivated by our cameras.
Some kids were thrilled to get new pencils and pens. Others just wanted to stick their faces in the camera.
As strangers in a strange land, it was definitely a little overwhelming at first, but by the end of our first session with the kids, they made us feel right at home.
We're doing multiplication tables. Each day, we would help the kids with anything from math to English to writing, or sometimes even just coloring and playing. It was kind of fun searching the recesses of my mind to remember how to do some math equations.
In the downtime between the 6 a.m. and the 5 p.m. sessions at the Learning Center, we usually ended up spending the day relaxing at Coxia Cafe, catching up on journaling, editing photos from the trip, and lending a helping hand around the grounds, which sometimes meant pulling weeds. But hey, whatever we can do to help.
Hi.
Hi.
Namaste.
Life just moves slowly here in Bandipur, but it's been a welcome change from the hectic pace of our trip.
Hi, everyone.
Each morning, the kids greeted us with enthusiasm and joy. They were clearly happy and eager to be there. Some were intent on doing their homework, while others were more interested in Andre's biceps. I was so touched that the kids always wanted to hold our hands as we walked to and from the Learning Center. Here we were, two foreigners who have only been here a couple days, and the kids accepted us and befriended us right away as if we were family.
Festivals are big in Bandipur. We have no idea what this one was for, but it was happening right outside of our restaurant, so we just enjoyed the show.
Good morning. Hi, everyone. Hi. Good morning.
We tried our best to get around to helping as many students as we could. While some were more independent and preferred to work alone, others would want us by their side simply to show us that they knew the answers already. It was really pretty sweet.
From Kathmandu was kind enough to call a radio station and tell them about us and our journey. So one afternoon, a reporter came and interviewed us. They also printed an article online talking about the work we were doing in Bandipur.
The Learning Center is officially titled the Dalit Education Center, referring to the Dalit caste. It's the lowest caste in Nepal. Our friend Cheej noticed that the children who routinely fell behind in school were those from the Dalit caste, who faced unfortunate hardships due to their poor social standing. Mostly manual laborers who were prevented from having successful careers as farmers or artisans or service workers, they've been perpetually stuck at the bottom of the food chain, and they've suffered educationally as well. Cheej wanted to start a before and after school program for these children in order to help them bring them up to par with children from higher castes who are performing better in school. And from what we can tell at least, it definitely seems like it's working.
Walking home one night, we overheard some noise coming through a door. We peeked in, and it was a group of women singing and dancing. Life in Bandipur is simple, but rich. Join us for more in part 2.